So when you make a decision, ideally you want to have all the information in front of you, you look at it, you weigh the pros and cons, and you make your decision. That's in an ideal world. We unfortunately don't live in an ideal world. And there is a lot of douches out there who love to tell you what to do. And the reference to that, the analogy is, it's like a guy puts a bucket on his head and he says, dude, you got to put this bucket on your head. Sometimes it's like traditional conservative evangelical type. Sometimes it's woke cultists. Sometimes it's LGBTQ ally people. Sometimes it's Star Wars fans. It's Islamic guys. Like, you could have 5 wives like me if you sign up for my court, like all that stuff. Everybody has some bucket on their head. And I almost want to say the bucket is a reference to somebody's branding. And they say, dude, inside this bucket is perfect happiness. It's a great life. All those insecurities and fears you have will go away. It's essentially marketing. Put this bucket on your head and all your problems go away. Everybody's like, wow, that's a great bucket. Here's the problem though. It's a bucket. You can't see what's in it. It's sitting there on the guy's head. The only way you can see what's in it is when you put it on your head. Now, is the bucket really as good as they're saying? Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. And the only way for you to know is not only to put this bucket on your head, not only to adhere to somebody else's ramblings about what a good life entails, but it's going to take some time. So you don't have 18 lifetimes to find out is Islam the correct way? Is Christianity the right way? Is secular, liberalism the right? Like, I don't know what the answer is to that one for you. It's really up to you. But you can't try Islam for 15 years and like, didn't work for me. It's got too many consequences. So how do you handle somebody telling you to put a bucket on your head when you don't know what's in the bucket and you can't see what's in the bucket until you put it on yourself, for better or for worse? How do you know he's not just making things up to make himself feel better? The answer to that is just look at him. Look at all the claims he's making about what made it better. Is he an epitome of the claims? It's kind of similar to Rich Cooper's, like, would you trade places with the guy? But it's a little simpler than that. NoFap, another perfect example of guys with buckets on their head. You see these guys talking about, and I know it's ridiculous, like, oh yeah, if you stop jerking off forever, you can levitate, your face grows and your head and your bone structure and everything gets better in life. And you're like, okay. So you look at them like, hey, is your life better? And every in real life face I've ever seen about a guy talking about, not touching his dick for a month is always the kind of guy. It's like, dude, I was the nerd in high school and I would have bullied you. I don't think so. And so you look at that to see if you want to put that bucket on your head. Now, that's why I actually really like Rollo Tomasi's thing, where he talks about red pill, helps you this, helps you that. And everybody looks at him, it's like, dude, but you've been happily married for 23 years and you have a daughter that's not a hoe. Like, what the hell, man? It's like, maybe that bucket isn't the worst thing to put on your head then, or at least consider it. Jordan Peterson, another great example. Great Evo psych stuff. The religious stuff was kind of interesting. Kind of got weird. And then you're like, okay, let's see the bucket on your head. Dude, guy got so stressed out from online branding, had to take pills, wife in a horrible situation, which, I mean, that's kind of outside of this. The daughter clout jacking her dad. And you're just like, I don't know if clean my room is the bucket I want to put on my head, And I like the guy, don't get me wrong. I'm highly critical of ideas, but as the man, I don't want to say I feel sorry for him, but I really hate his audience for doing that to him, But at the same time, if you're a brand for the leopard eating faces party, don't be surprised when they try to eat your face. Yeah, I'm referring to the audience as leopards. So that is what it means by don't put a bucket on your head, as opposed to frame. Frame is just how you react to somebody putting a bucket on your head. It's your worldview. And yeah, you're right. Your frame will be a bucket on your head, but you're not telling other people to put it on. Your frame doesn't require a cheerleading squad. Your frame does not require other people to validate what you do with your life. It's not up to them. It's not up to them. They don't have the consequences. They don't get the benefits. That's you. That's all you. Frame is a solitary activity. Now, other people can come into your frame, and if there's benefit for them, they absolutely should. But you don't need it. It's not required. And if they don't want to be in your frame, like I always say, anything outside your frame is amusing, intriguing, or funny. So I think that's a big reason I tell you that men are being raised or have been raised to be defective women. Like, you can get a guy who sits there. This girl's a 10. She's the best girl ever. She's a single mom. She's tons of tattoos. She's got crack. She's got coke. She's got 2 baby daddies. She cheats on me all the time. She's a horrible person. She's bitter, but she'll probably be a good mother and she could be a great girlfriend. I see potential. So like, why is that contradiction there? And it turns out it's because this feminine imperative stuff that everybody's been ranting about is internalized. It's the same as like when you see Catholics or Christians, the same thing, right? And it is a bit of gaslighting for kids. Now I'm not gonna equate some guy worshiping deadbeat single moms to like a nice devout Catholic. It's not the point here. The point is it's the same pathway. It's that same killology. It's the same bypassing what you instinctively know to be true so that you can believe into something else that is not true but is useful for whatever ideology or, you know, value system you've been raised with. So to get past that, you have to like ignore this. And this is where there's been a couple ways red pill guys have gotten through it. The big one, anger phase. Anger phase is an absolutely wonderful way. And it's I know this is going to be a controversial take, but it's a wonderful way for a guy to stop worshiping the female form to a not parasitical. What's the word I'm looking for? Pathological extent. To a pathological extent. Because hate is from anger, and that anger increases neuroplasticity. Turns out there's biological reasons for this, right? Yeah. As cavemen back in the day, you used to, if things were good enough, you were lazy, you were as lazy as you can get away with. But if you always just went to the tree, grabbed mangoes, and that's how you lived your life, and that was fine, and you slept on the chair, mango tree gets chopped down. You got to find more food. You get ticked off because, dude, that damn rhino knocked over my goddamn mango tree, and you're pissed and you're angry, and this is your brain's way. And we've been selected for this. This is your brain's way of saying, all these things you were thinking about with the mango tree, they're not working anymore. Here's some neuroplasticity. Figure it out. You start hunting. You go out, kill some deer. Maybe you kill that damn rhino. Fuck you, rhino. Who's talking now, bitch? Yeah, you lost 7 or 8 friends. But you know what? Rhino meat's delicious, I've heard. And that's the purpose of anger. And then, you know, the anger goes away because, oh, dude, we're eating well. We're just as lazy again. And you slowly slink back into your new paradigm. So the anger phase is great for that. The problem with that is typical of everything in modern society. It's also a really lucrative way to move merch. It's like, oh yeah, dude, if you're angry, if you're pissed off at that bitch who ignored you in high school, if you hate women, if I can get you will ignore your frontal lobe saying, I don't really need that masculine face lotion, but I really hate women, so I probably should get it. You know, it's like an emotional thing. I want to feel just as cool as this guy in the chair smoking cigars. And it doesn't help that outrage branding is the best branding. If it bleeds, it leads. And the best thing you can do if you're a marketer in 2022 is yell at women. Because women are yelling at men. Everybody's yelling at everybody. Girls have figured out the exact same grift. And I'd argue they do it better because they have like cops behind them, got their back. Misogynist, you call them a misogynist, career's over. Girl, you call her a man hater, they invite her to Congress. Where am I going with this one? What the hell? Oh, yeah. So you're like, oh, these damn feminists are taking your guns, stupid liberals. And then the feminists are like, look at this man hating or the man whore or whatever. You could hate him too. So you got 2 grifts working in perfect synchronization and perfect harmony to sell merch. You know, she can buy the pink pussy hats and he gets to buy, I don't know, alpha male soap or actually shouldn't shit. I like the soap, so I shouldn't shit on that. Find me a new product that I can make fun of. Something that's not that pheromone soap. Because I actually, other than the bond just stains your tub. Point of the story is the only one who loses out on this arrangement is you. You know? You, the guy who maybe doesn't know his place in life, is maybe a little insecure about it. He put this misogyny hating whammon bucket on his head, thinking, that guy looks happy. Look at his Lamborghini. Look at his Bugatti. Dude, he smokes cigars surrounded by Russian chicks. That's the life. Who doesn't think that smoking around Russian chicks is pinnacle man? Oh, he fights for a living. Oh, that's good because I know a bunch of guys are going to come and try and take my Russian women and my cigars, so I got to be able to fight them off. It's like, how do you not laugh at this stuff, man? How do you not laugh at this? I could laugh at it. You should be laughing at it too. YouTube chats need reacts. I think there are reacts, but I think it's part of the super chat.
Learning Club,
Anyways.
Little Red Riding Hood, take 1.